So we'll go ahead and get started. And anybody who pops in, we'll check in with them at the end. So thank you so much for coming to today's focus chat. Social media is always a hot topic with us whenever we do our regular meetings and we talk about it. It's usually a good turnout. It's something that people often have questions about. We are doing a lot of social media marketing right now. I would assume that you are too. So we brought in Shannon Donovan from Small Biz Doctors, who is one of our members, and this is what she focuses on. So we're going to have her kick off our meeting. She's going to talk for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to get a chance to ask her some questions and go around the room and say who's here and talk about anything else that's on your plate that you want to talk about. So Miss Shannon, you're up. Thank you for coming today.
Okay, so basically I started in financial services long time ago. I've been teaching for close to 30 years, entrepreneurship, finance, marketing, started the Entrepreneurship Center at Bridgewater, did a lot of small business consulting classes, had the Small Biz Doctors idea and going for 10 years or so, but officially started a couple of years ago because I realized I needed a longer period of time and with students that were fully engaged rather than just a semester to really make a difference. So at Small Biz Doctors, we focus on digital marketing mainly and finance. We have partnered with others to help in other areas of business, but that's mainly where we focus. And today we're talking mainly about digital marketing. And with such a short kind of time period, I just broke it up into talking about websites and social media. So as far as websites, I quickly looked at yesterday. So I know we had a couple more people join in since yesterday, but I don't think I need to convince anyone because I think 100% of people have a website or are using a company's website. So I'm not going to even talk about that. But then there's this idea, if I build it, will they come? And I guess the question is, how do we get them to come? And this is the most common thing that when I talk to clients, they're like, yeah, I have this website. I've paid somebody a lot of money and I pay them this monthly fee and I'm not ranking at all. And then we say, well, what are they doing for you every month? And one of the biggest thing is people are like, well, let me look what they say. And then they go back and they come back to me and they say, well, they're supposed to be doing new content and they're supposed to be putting me in directories and links. And then I can use tools and look, and I'm like, I can tell exactly when you hired them and they started doing this, but they're not really following up. So one of the things I thought the goal here is to teach you either how to do this on your own, or if you decide to hire someone or are working with someone, kind of to get some knowledge to be able to say, what should I be asking? What should this company be doing for me? And mainly, as far as websites, there's two things: on-page SEO and off-page SEO. And obviously, I don't have time to go through all this. I have broken these up into short lectures, videos, and information on my website, and they're actually being edited this week and will be up. So if you want more information, it's going to be broken down into smaller pieces of information here. But key things you want when you're starting is to make sure your keywords. And your keywords, right, are those words that someone's going to type into a Google search. Right? We talk about Google because 90% of searches are done on Google. So if you're a plumber in Quincy, right, first you want a plumber Quincy plumber, and so forth. You know, are you a 24-hour service? Those are the types of things. And I'm going to have some resources here to show you where you can kind of look at keywords and your ranking on keywords. And then Google's job, right? Why do they have 90% of the business? Because they give good search results. So, but how do they do that, right? They're going to look for the keywords, organic keywords in your content. So you need to have content that shows that you're an authority. It's a little bit lengthy so that you can use this content, and you want to make sure that you update the content. The rest of the items down here, I don't really have too much time to talk about, right? You want to have good URLs, you want to have good headings, captions, you want your pictures to be the right size and have tags on those as well, mobile friendly, social tags, security or SSL. So those are kind of a checklist that I put. And again, if you want to hear more about that, you can, I've listed both outside sources and my own sources at the end. The off-page SEO is anything that you do. So that was everything you're doing on your website. Off-page is things that you're doing off your website. Okay, so backlinks, social media, and then outreach, doing blogging outside of your website, podcasts outside of your web kind of site, videos, and so forth. The one thing most people that I talk to don't understand is backlinks. So one of the things Google's looking for is your trust, your authority and your trust, and they actually have ratings of trust flow. So backlinks are any other site outside of your own that links to your site. But not all backlinks or votes for your site, as sometimes I put it, are equal. And I usually kind of use an example, say that someone recommends your company who's not a very trustworthy person, right? And that can actually almost hurt your company, because like, oh, I don't really trust that person, and they like this company, I don't know. Versus you get voted, you get offered to be on the Oprah show and talk about your company, right? Now, okay, now you've got an authoritative voice that's linking to you, that has access to millions and millions of people. So that's the kind of idea with a backlink. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples on that. So here's one tool. And again, I just picked static pictures because I know this is a short time that we're going to talk, and I didn't want to have any issues that we lost things online. So this is just one tool that's free. And you see I put a website in here, South Shore Deck Builders, and then it will give you Majestic, Moz, and SEMrush are tools that are very useful, also kind of expensive. So I'm going to talk about one that's a little less expensive on the next slide. And below this, you can't see that, but they describe what each of these is. So you see under Majestic, that TF, that's trust flow. So that's what you're going to get from both your, the links that are coming to you, what is their trust flow. And then Moz has different ratings and MRES has the others. You could put up to 10 in here at one point. So what I suggest that you try is put your own and some of your competitors and see how do you line up against them. So that's one tool I would suggest. A tool that's a little bit cheaper than the others and still gives you a lot of information is Mangles. I mean, I know when I first started learning this stuff, it's only about $230 a year for the basic. And I actually shared it with 2 other people. We did it like every other day, every couple of hours, because you couldn't be on at the same time. So if you're trying to do this on your own rather than hire someone, this gives you an idea. So this is one of the things like I have for all the sites that I run. I track. So this site, I have 50 keywords. So all listed here, Deck Builders Quincy, Deck Builders South Shore Mass, and so forth, are all the keywords that I want to rank for. And then it gives you the rank, okay? And so you see along here, these are all 1. And then if you look over to the right, you see keyword distribution, right? So 75% of people don't go off the first page. So you want to be on the first page. And 35% of people click on the first link. So out of my 50 keywords for this, I'm ranking 12 of them number 1, 20 of them 1 through 3, and 39 out of 50 on the first page. Okay, so, and you can keep track of it. So you can't see everything that's up there, but it's telling you how many went up, how many went down. So if things are going down, you might want to wonder, can I do that? Do I need another backlink to help that? So this is really great. You can choose the last 30 days, last 60 days. Really cool tool to keep track of your keywords and your ranking. Whoops. Don't want to end my show. I want to go to the next slide. There we go. So this just shows one of the things you talk about when you first put in something into Google. So Deck Builders South Shore Mass. Usually if there were ads, they would come on top. Then you get what's called the map pack, and they only show 3. So you want to be in the top 3. That's a Google My Business. So everybody should have that. Most of you that I did look at that joined here do have a Google My Business. One thing I did notice, a lot of people don't post in them. And one thing that Google's starting to do, and you should know about, is if you don't sign into your Google My Business, every 3 to 6 months, they're starting to suspend the sites. So it's a good thing to sign in, and it's also a good thing to post from them, the same as any of your other social media. So you see here, I'm on the top of the map, and then I'm in the organic positions. That's what they call below here, the first and the second position. So you can get in more than one. My homepage for this site is on the first, and the service is on the second. So, but rather than check that all the time, if you have something like Mangles, and all of the others do that as well, they're just a little bit more expensive, you can keep track of your ratings. This is that backlinks idea. So I just put in this same website just to kind of stick with it. And then you see here are the sites that are linking to, whoops, I went the wrong direction. Here are the sites that are linking to mine, and then here you see their trust flow, and here you see their link strength. And so what you can do is look at your competitors. So say a competitor of mine wanted to see, well, what kind of backlinks do they have that they're ranking so high? And then they can say, oh, well, I don't have this backlink. Maybe I can do there. Here's a couple of directories. Can I get my business on those directories? That would improve your trust flow. All right. Keywords. So this same tool, again, has keywords. So I just put in Deck Builder South Shore, gives me some similar keywords I might want to look at. They also give you autocomplete and questions. Google loves questions. So they give you some ideas that you might be missing. And then you see all the competitors here. So you can say, oh, I'm going to take innovative construction. I'm going to look at their keywords, and I'm going to look at their backlinks. So you can compete. So those are really great tools to use. The other thing is this checkup of your on-page SEO. So you'll see here they have your general checkup that will tell you how you're doing with your meta tags, your structured data, your headings, on-page keywords. So you don't want to overuse your keywords. So it'll tell you how many times you use each keyword on each page. You want to use it more than like 13 times. So that'll give you some quick information. On the videos on my site, I actually go through a couple of different web development tools that also work you through looking at how you can, it automatically will check your on-page SEO. So those are great tools, and there's more of them that I have on my site, and that the others resources at the end mention. And so lastly, getting to this social media issue, Google My Business I already mentioned, so I won't go through that again, but everyone should have that and post. Try to post on it. So the others, and I listed a few, there's even more than that. But how do you decide, right? Which ones are we going to use? We all have limited time or limited money if we're paying someone else to do it. So the key things that I would say is identify your audience, right? Typical customer, age, gender, so forth. And then what's your goal? Is your goal from posting on one of these platforms for lead generation or just for brand awareness? What are those? And then you're going to match your audience and your goals to which platform is the best. Generally, if you're going to start, Facebook is usually the best because it's the broadest and the most people. And then work from there. And again, I do have a video on how you match these and what are the characteristics of Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. But under time, I'm not going to go through each of them here. But again, start small. Do what you can handle. So one of the things I noticed was when I looked through everyone's, lots of people did have social media, but not everybody was really consistently, because the key's down there, consistently posting. And not being, again, when you consistently post, you want it to be authoritative information that people are going to use. And then the other thing is you have to engage back. You just can't post, right? You also have to engage back with others. And I would say, I'm still a little lost, follow other professionals. I'm not sure, I did look, Deborah Gulch, I'm not sure. I looked at her as message artist, follow her, complete professional, great. And you know, another one, totally different style, I'd follow Allison. Allison, you do great social media. You're consistent, you post across the board, total different styles in those two, but follow that or find a competitor that, and look what they're doing. Because the main thing, you want to beat your competitors. Look what they're doing, but make a schedule, be consistent, start small, and add value. Those are the key things. So, whoops, I went the wrong way. So basically, those SEMrush, Ahrefs, and Moz that I mentioned. There's another one that from HubSpot, which is really highly recommended, and they'll do a site grader. And then I just mentioned my website here. So I went kind of quickly, but I wanted to just bring up a lot of ideas and then give you some resources to go on, and now we can kind of open it up for questions.